They didn't use protection or they weren't on the pill, and I've never impregnated one of my ex-girlfriends by mistake or by accident. Even the time when I was in a relationship with this Japanese girl for nearly 3 months and we were having unprotected cereal. We were having unprotected cereal for nearly 3 months and I still failed to impregnate her. Now, I don't know if it was because we both had chlamydia at the time. Maybe that had something to do with it. But there was also this other time when I had this other Japanese girlfriend where we had unprotected cereal for nearly 2 weeks. And she didn't get pregnant either. It's so much fun coming to a hotel. The best bit about coming to a hotel is you get to have cereal in a brand new bed that thousands of other people have also slept in and possibly had cereal in. Yeah, I'm just hanging out by myself in the room waiting for the others to finish their massages. I don't like massages. It feels really... I don't like it when people touch me unless we're about to have cereal.
Where's another couple? We forgot to call them.
Still having cereal.
There's a lift here, I'm not keep looking.
Does she know what cereal is? Yes, she does.
Yesterday. Cringy.
Would you let Daniel have cereal with Tomoko or another woman?
Nani?
Would you let Daniel have cereal with another woman?
No.
They are more vulnerable to getting yeast infections, and unfortunately when she has a yeast infection it gets passed on to me after we've had cereal. After about a week passed, I got used to not doing it and everything was fine, and then it cleared up and the infection went away and I thought, great, now we can start having cereal again. But unfortunately my wife's period started around that time and we couldn't do anything anyway. Now, this is kind of strange for me because even though we don't really have cereal that often these days, I'm still a very simple person and I often watch adult videos on the internet and I still do myself cereal. And I turned to the only person who I could turn to at that time, and that was Tomoko. And I sent her some inappropriate messages saying that I would like to meet up with her to have cereal again. Now, to clarify, we never had cereal again, we never met up, we just spoke to each other for maybe a week or two on and off, and then I kind of got bored and then I stopped responding to her. I don't use rubber duckies when I eat my cereal, and people might think, well, that's not very responsible, you might get a disease. Yeah, well, do you know how much plastic is in the ocean? And also, I'm not trying to boast about this or brag, but I have a pretty active man drive. And I have cereal hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times a year. Do you know how many rubber duckies that would be if I used a rubber ducky every single time? There would be a mountain of rubber duckies that would have to be disposed into the ocean. So to make things simple, I am looking for a new relationship, an exclusive relationship. I'm not looking for an open relationship. A lot of people think that I just want to sleep around and have lots of cereal. And yeah, that's kind of true, but I would rather have a serious, proper, meaningful relationship than just a bunch of meaningless hookups. I feel as though a lot of people misunderstand me and they think I'm just obsessed with cereal, when that's not really true. Because if that was true, then I'd just go and pay for it and not worry about relationships. And to tell the truth, I have paid for it in the past. And it wasn't very good. It just felt very artificial. There was no passion, there was no connection between us, and it just ruined the experience. Today we're going to be making an ex-girlfriend's tier list, and I have this lovely chart which I pinched off of Google, and I have pictures of my exes and I'll be assigning them a rank from S to F based on how annoying they were and how good the cereal was. So unfortunately I'm going to have to place her at a D rank just based on appearances. Now when it comes to cereal, unfortunately, since it was both our first times doing it, we didn't really know what we were doing, and it's kind of embarrassing to say, but we never actually successfully managed we never successfully managed to do it. So cereal, not great, so I'm gonna have to bump her down all the way to an F grade. However, for the first few months, the cereal was very good, so that bumps her up to a B. But then, unfortunately, as the relationship went on and deteriorated, she started rejecting me for cereal. Every time I asked her if we could do it, she would say no. And I just felt so depressed and rejected, and it just didn't feel good being told no by someone that you thought was supposed to be attracted to you. So unfortunately, for that reason, I'm going to have to bump her all the way down to an F grade. Because I like her face, I thought she was very cute, and the cereal was very good. Unfortunately, she was a bit overweight, which brings her down to a B. I would like to start her off around B because she was very nice and very generous, and the cereal was really good. And even though I felt very attracted to her and the cereal was top notch, because of the chlamydia thing and how irritating she was in general, I'm gonna have to bump her down to a B. The cereal was not too bad. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. So I think I would have to knock her down to a D rank just because of how unattracted I felt to her physically.